Long Pine is kind of in the northeast of Nebraska, and it's in between these two bigger towns named Ainsworth and Bassett.
It's way in the boonies.
Kinda, yeah. There is open prairie land in that area, but there's also some like hills and like, you know, some rugged little like patches of forest and whatnot. But I don't know. I don't have the fondest memories of Nebraska. I remember the cactuses are camouflaged. It's not like in Arizona where you know you're looking at a cactus. The cactus is like spread throughout all the grass, and you can't just run around with your socks and shoes on.
It's not a big old thing that just makes itself known.
No.
Hidden, so.
Yeah, and next thing you know, you're in trouble before you know it.
Yeah.
And you know, and because of that, I guess we like to give a good shout out to our homie
Blocka.
We're gonna see what he cooking up. He came through.
Through all the way from Nebraska. That flight must have been pretty quick, or no?
It was like 3.5 hours, so direct, thankfully. I feel like all the time when I was flying back and forth from college, it was like go from Omaha down to like Atlanta all the way up to New York, so it's kind of a pain in the ass. You travel all day, but quick 3.5 hours from Omaha to Seattle was pretty nice. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Also, you do a lot of time in the air.
Since college, I haven't really, but like I went to college in New York, so kind of going back and forth between that like twice a year was always flying. So.
Right. So I'm curious, why exactly do they call you Blocka?
So my last name is Block, Daily Block, by the way. And for high school graduation, a kid invited me to his graduation party, and he put Blocka Flocka Flame on the envelope when he gave it to me. And I was like, Block is kind of hard. I was just starting to make beats at that time too, so I was like, I'm gonna take that name. I like the way it rolls off the tongue, Blocka. So ever since then, it kind of stuck. Yeah.
So that was around the time when you started making beats. What was your inspiration to start making beats? Why do you do it?
Right. My mom always played music. She played like piano and stuff, and I played like trumpet in middle school.
Right.
And then got a guitar in middle school. Realized guitar was cool, and then quit the trumpet. And then I started listening to hip hop more in high school.
Sure.
And I was like, you know, I already played trumpet. I can play guitar. I can probably figure out how to make beats. And I always liked beats, so then I kind of figured out you download FL Studio, and pirate that, start putting some loops together. And ever since then, it's just been something I've always enjoyed to do. So.
Right. So it was like a natural segue for you to move into that.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, I mean, you know, aside from that, is that your ultimate aspiration for life, or do you have, you know, a next chapter that you're gonna tackle, or?
Yeah, I think it's a hobby. It's not something that I think I'm ever gonna pay the bills with and just do it full time, but it's a hobby that you get to make. I like listening to music. I like making music, and you meet people, so it kind of stimulates your brain, it stimulates your social, you know, reality. So it's a good hobby to have, you know.
Excellent. Well, speaking of hobbies, what are your other hobbies?
Like I already said, music, making music. I like reading. I don't do it as much as I should.
I think we can all relate to that.
Computers have melted all of our brains.
I know.
Yeah.
Just sit there and scroll.
I like the outdoors, so I'm thinking of moving to somewhere more outdoorsy.
Sure.
Maybe Seattle is probably on the list, so we'll see. But
sure. Yeah, it gets rural around here quick.
Yeah.
What is your biggest motivation to make the music that you do?
Just making what I like. Meeting people, kind of like what I already touched on.
Oh, sure.
Like my motivation isn't like fiscal or clout based. It's more just like if I feel like I'm making what I want to make and I feel like I'm doing a good job, and that kind of motivates me.
Right. Do you have an idea of what Guy Block is going to be a year from now?
No. It's always, I don't think ahead. I just kind of do what I feel like. So.
Okay, tackle it day by day, and
yeah.
I can go with that.
I would like to get more into like, I like indie music a lot, probably more than rap. So I would like to be in a band and like play guitar for some sort of rock band type thing.
Right.
As well as make beats at the same. Like there's room for
Sure. Yeah, you could split your time between that pretty easily.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for your time this evening.
Yeah. Thank you.
And it's been a pleasure.
Beautiful.